Blessed love and blessings way up. Oh, boxing world, boxing nation, fighting world, fighting nation. It's Coach Fighting. This is real life boxing. And in this video, we're going to be doing a fight breakdown. ERICKSON LUBIN versus Sebastian, the Towering Inferno FUNDORA. We're going to be talking about how this was a winnable fight for Lubin, the things that he could have done to possibly win the fight. But before we get into it, I want y'all to give me y'all best 112 double jab straight down the pipe. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification button so you can be notified when content is being uploaded on the channel of Real Life Boxing. Let's get into it. Fight breakdown. We're gonna mostly focus on ERICKSON LUBIN. Obviously he was stopped at the end of the 9th round, going into the 10th round by Sebastian FUNDORA. Brutal fight, brutal facial damage for ERICKSON LUBIN. But I want to talk about how this was a winnable fight for Lubin and what he could have possibly done to win the fight while I'm breaking it down. Let's get started. First of all, Lubin came out in the first round, and if you watch my fight prediction, I picked FUNDORA to win the fight by stoppage between the 8th and the 10th round. So getting into the fight, first round, I'm like, well, goddamn, shit, Lubin might knock FUNDORA's ass out. Lubin came out really sharp, boxing, countering, leading with the hook, snapping the jab, hooking over the top, pivoting around, just doing beautiful work against FUNDORA. You know, being patient, being smart, boxing, doing exactly what his trainer Kevin Cunningham wanted him to do, and apparently that was the game plan. And shout out to Kevin Cunningham, because I think that he did a great job in this fight from beginning to end. In the pre-fight press conferences, Lubin was stressing how they had a game plan, they had a game plan for FUNDORA. But shout out to Kevin Cunningham, because I think that he did a great job as a trainer in the corner for this fight. But like I said, Lubin came out, fought a great first round, won the first round, was hitting FUNDORA with some big shots. That lead left hook he was cracking FUNDORA with in Lubin's medical stats, he had a separated right shoulder, and it makes sense because the angle that he's throwing, that, you know, he's shooting that right hook real high, but he was cracking FUNDORA with it. But he did end up with the separated shoulder. But first round comes out, boxing the socks off FUNDORA and hitting him with hard shots. I was like, damn, shit, Lubin might knock FUNDORA's ass out. We get to the second round now. Somewhere in the second round is where Lubin, you know, switched focus on the game plan, or kind of lost focus and switched up the game plan. I believe that he came out still boxing in the second round, but he let the distance get cut. And I wouldn't say it was anything that FUNDORA was. He decided to stop, stand in the pocket, and trade punches with FUNDORA. And I think at that point he got a little trigger happy, because he was able to land like a 3-punch combination on FUNDORA. It was like 2 body shots, maybe a 4-punch combination, like 2 body shots, uppercut with the hook combination. He was able to land on FUNDORA. But at the same time, FUNDORA was landing similar combinations, you know what I mean? But I think it was at that point, early in the fight, very early in the fight, that ERICKSON LUBIN, you know, forgot about the game plan and, you know, got trigger happy. This is exactly what I talked about in my fight prediction. Got trigger happy, got overconfident with his power, felt that he could land that combination on the inside, you know, with FUNDORA, and maybe that, you know, those punches would hurt him, not really paying attention to how FUNDORA's punches on the inside would hurt him. He was kind of oblivious to it. And in the end of the second round is when he got caught on the inside with a series of uppercuts. One of them buckled his knees. FUNDORA, he started to retreat. FUNDORA got on the attack, jab, uppercut, down with ERICKSON LUBIN, and he was hurt. He got up, holding on to the ropes, visibly hurt. And like I said in my post-fight video, stumbled over into the corner. He wasn't even in the neutral corner. He actually walked over to his corner, and the referee still counted him there. But, you know, you can tell he was hurt. Come out in the third round now, and from the third round on, it pretty much just turned into an inside fight. At moments, Lubin would, you know, go back outside and attempt to do the things that his trainer was asking him to do. And you know, and at all of those moments, he was able to have success. Lubin was able to land hard shots like all throughout the fight. When he was at mid-range, where he can really let his punches off, you know, he was cracking Fundora. He could not miss Fundora with that lead right hook, and that was really surprising to me that Fundora like never adjusted to that. The same way how Lubin never adjusted to the uppercut, Fundora never adjusted to that lead right hook. And I mean, Lubin was cracking him with it. That punch was very, you know, noticeable because it was from distance. You know, Fundora's tall, his head is up in the air, and Lubin was winging that shit, and he was tearing it. So I was like, damn, Fundora is not adjusting to that at all. Like, all he had to do was put his glove up, but he doesn't. He holds his gloves very low and was not catching that punch at all. And like I said, Lubin was able to land his power punches, you know, consistently throughout the fight, even in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Even, you know, at close range, he was landing punches, but Fundora was just throwing so many punches and landing so much more. Like, Lubin definitely wasn't punching at the pace that Fundora was punching at. And Fundora was just landing, you know, punching so much more, landing so much more. And, you know, that started, the swelling on Lubin's face started in about, I would say, like the third, fourth round. Like, it was early. You know what I'm saying? It was early. You know, going down into the fight now, like I said, after the second round, third round, fourth round, the fight just pretty much came like a in the pocket fight. Kevin Cunningham begging ERICKSON Lubin to, you know, box from mid-range, you know, take advantage of the counters, keep stepping around him, but, you know, Lubin wasn't having it. Lubin was on the inside, you know, trying to trade punches with Fundora. Going down. Now, in my post-fight video, I said it was the 6th round, made a mistake. It was the 7th round. Mind you, I have watched the fight multiple times. So it was in the 7th round that Lubin dropped Fundora after completely getting destroyed the entire round. I mean, seemed like Lubin was taking the round off, laying on the inside, just getting peppered with shots from Fundora. I think that was the round that really turned the pace of the fight, even though Lubin dropped Fundora. And I think it really turned the pace of the fight for both reasons. Lubin dropped Fundora, but Lubin took such a beating in that round. I think that at that point, you know, that was his last, you know, that was his last go. That was his last shot, and he shot it. Dropped Fundora, but I also think that gave Fundora like another boost of adrenaline and confidence, because Fundora was visibly upset when he went down. He actually said in the post-fight interview that he took a knee, and then you can see in the fight he's running backwards, and then he drops to a knee, and he was visibly upset when he went down. Knew he made a mistake, knew he shouldn't have got caught with those punches, so he was upset. And I think that just fueled the Inferno even more, because he got up, that was at the end of the round, came out in the 8th round and just went back to work. And like I said, they stopped the fight at the end of the 9th round, so it went 2 more rounds, and Kevin Cunningham stopped the fight at the end of the 9th round. But these were all the points that I wanted to make a claim for Lubin being able to win the fight, you know, if he would have just stuck to game plan. And this is why it's so important to stick to the game plan. This is why, you know, as a boxer, you know, any athlete, this is why you have trainers, and this is why you have coaches, and this is why you come up with the game plan. Obviously, styles make fights, and Lubin was definitely capable of winning this fight, and the proof is in the pudding. He came out in the first round, you know, got to business, was hitting Fundora with hard shots. Fundora couldn't keep up with him. If he would have just stuck to the game plan, you know, turning Fundora, the fight could have been different. He probably wouldn't have took so much punishment, and probably would have had more gas in his tank to be able to finish Fundora going down the line. Like when he dropped Fundora, he might have could have got Fundora out earlier than that. You know what I mean? Lubin's first round was impressive. I picked Fundora to win the fight, like I said, but in the first round, I was like, wow, Lubin might knock Fundora out. You know what I mean? First round was impressive. He was able to land, you know, hard shots, consistently when he was at his distance and able to throw him, all throughout the fight. And Fundora wasn't able to adjust to that lead right hook by ERICKSON Lubin. Lubin dropped Fundora in the 7th round. You know what I'm saying? Caught him with a hard punch, threw a flurry of punches, ended up dropping Fundora. And, those are some of the points that I wanted to make of why Lubin could have won the fight. Also, Lubin never adjusted to the uppercut. And maybe if he could have adjusted to that uppercut, it could have also changed the outcome of the fight. He just would not adjust to that uppercut, and that didn't make any sense to me. Likewise, Fundora would not adjust to that lead right hook that Lubin was throwing, just would not adjust to it. Almost like, I don't know, he felt good getting hit by that lead right hook, just like Lubin felt good getting hit by those uppercuts, because he wouldn't make the adjustment at all. You know what I mean? And if I'm seeing that continuously throughout the fight, I'm bringing that up. Like, yo, you gotta not get hit by that uppercut. You gotta, go into the shell, or you know what I mean. In the shell, you typically don't get hit with uppercuts like that from mid range, because they're gonna, your gloves are gonna catch him. You know what I'm saying? But he kept that high guard and just couldn't adjust to that uppercut at all. And that's why it's important to stick to the game plan. That's why you make game plans, and that's why it's extremely important to stick to them. And like I said, Kevin Cunningham, to me, did a great job in this fight. And kudos to Lubin too. Like, I'm not just gonna sit here and just say Lubin should have done that and Lubin should have done this, because at the same time, he's getting rocked with punches. He got rocked with that uppercut in the 2nd round. And when you getting hit with punches like that, man, your mind ain't clear. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lord knows, who knows what he's even hearing, if he's even hearing Kevin Cunningham. You know what I'm saying? Like, your mind is just not clear. Like, you're getting rocked with punches like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that knockdown at the beginning of the fight kind of set the tone. You're getting rocked with punches like that, We're the ones who not getting hit with the punch. So we could say all day, yeah, he could have done this, and why wasn't he doing this? The reports come out that he had separated shoulder now. So, and who knows when his shoulder was separated, because he never seemed like his right shoulder was separated. And if you know about shoulder separations, those are painful injuries. So, who knows? You know what I'm saying? This dude is getting hit with so many punches early in the fight. Like, you don't know, how his mind is operating. So, shout out to ERICKSON Lubin. Shout out to Fundora. I hope that ERICKSON Lubin can make a 100% recovery, because that was brutal. You guys tell me what y'all think about it. This was my fight breakdown. Not really in-depth round to round, blow by blow, but just an overall breakdown of the fight and how it went, how it could have went if Lubin would have stuck to game plan, and how it went for Fundora, who stuck to game plan. So you guys tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section. Until then, man, keep fighting your fight. Protect yourself at all times, man. Peace and one love. It's Coach Fighters for Life Boxing.